Hello YouTube. Today we are going to talk about batteries. Not these batteries or these batteries, but proper care and also what to look out for in your batteries. So let me show you. Whenever you're going to do maintenance in your batteries, you need baking soda, okay, or bicarbonate of soda. For those of us that use flooded batteries, you also need a steel brush and protective gloves. Let me open our battery box and we'll have a discussion about this set of batteries that are currently in our system. So as you can see, we have a new set of batteries. I'm doing the video today without help. So we have new sets of batteries. These are the Trojan J185. They're 12 volts, 185 amp hours. Now they sell them as 12 volt, 200 amp hours at the 20-hour rate. So 20-hour rate is 205, and 5-hour rate is hold on, I put on my glasses. 5-hour rate is 168. So these are 205 amp hour batteries. These batteries were brought by a friend of mine who had run them dry. He had never equalized them. He's on them for about 3 years. He had never equalized them. He was using a new inverter, didn't pay attention to what's going on, and the batteries ran dry. So I told him to put enough water to cover the plates and charge them, and then try to equalize it. So he's put water in it, and when you check the specific gravity on these batteries, you will notice that actually you need a hydrometer too, and I'll show you guys one in another video. So you check the specific gravity, you notice that it was showing low. And there are charts that correspond with what the readings on the hydrometer, what the readings mean relative to voltage. So it tells you what each one is, and it gives you the voltage that matches that reading. These were fair, and one experience that most people who have flooded batteries have is after they water the batteries take a while to come back to capacity, or for them to start seeing any positive difference. Well, when you put water in, right, most of what you have at the top of the battery is actually water, distilled water. At the bottom and the middle of the battery is acid. It takes a while during the charge process for what's at the bottom to mix with what's on top, and from what's on top to mix to what's at the bottom. So do not panic. What we do after we do this is, after we water our batteries, is we run an equalization charge. Then we let the battery go through 2 or 3 cycles before we start to expect it to perform as designed. So when you're going to do maintenance on your batteries, remember I mentioned baking soda? Now people have asked me, how do we mix this? By the way, I bought this in Nigeria. I think I bought this on glue.ng. So you can buy this in Nigeria. And what do? Well, you can put the raw powder, which looks like that, directly onto your terminals where you have acid. And what usually causes corrosion or acid is when you overfill these. So you can put this directly, you could mix it into a paste, or you could dilute it. So you could take 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, put it into a cup of water, and then pour it on your terminals if you see corrosion. It's important that these terminals are clean and don't have corrosion, because as you get corrosion, you get resistance, and then you start to have imbalance in charges of your battery. So it's critical. What you should do if you see that is, 1, make sure you're not overfilling, or see if you don't have a cell that's going bad. Number 2, remove it, unscrew it, clean it, neutralize it first with baking soda, because what you have still has acid in there will burn your hands. Neutralize it with baking soda and water, and then use a steel brush, just like this one, and brush, okay? When you put it back on, you could put a very light touch of grease, and what the grease will do is it will coat your battery terminal and prevent your distilled water from being deposited, the gases as your batteries charge and discharge, from being deposited on your terminals. As you can see, these have little vents, and that's where the gas escapes as your battery charges. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email, info@atlanticwastepower.com. If you like our videos, please subscribe. We always welcome questions and we always welcome followers. Thank you again. This is Christopher Nwasanya, also known as Dr. Solar, coming to you from Lagos.